Hi, Richard here. Buenos días. Gracias por buscar una receta para hacer tortillas. Hoy lo han hallado. So just kidding. But if you're looking for a recipe for a tortilla, we're going to be making something that's called a Spanish tortilla. What's the difference? Well, the Mexican tortilla is made of flour, but the Spanish tortilla is a whole different thing. It's more like an omelet. So we're going to get that going today. So let's get on it. Let's do it. Okay, we're going to get going on this Spanish tortilla. We have the ingredients here. We have some thinly sliced onion, about 5 eggs, salt and pepper, a little bit of milk, olive oil, butter, and the potatoes. Now this is a bit different than a regular tortilla. A pure tortilla, if you call it a pure tortilla, does not have any butter or milk. Well, we're going to do it a little bit different here. Okay, this is Richard style. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a little bit of olive oil, the golden liquid. And while that heats up, I'll slice a little bit of a little bit of butter, I guess like maybe a pad, maybe like a tablespoon, just to give it a little bit a different, deeper flavor than just olive oil. Not that olive oil is bad, but it's all about the flavor. So, and while that is, can you hear that? I love that sound. Okay. And then we're going to add the, you like my spatula? I know you do. We're going to put some of the thinly sliced, peeled and sliced potatoes. Okay. And what you do here is you let these brown, get nice and golden. And then we'll add the onion to it. And the reason why I put the potatoes in first is because they take the longest to cook, okay, to brown. If you were to put the onions in right away, the onion may end up getting burned, okay? And you don't want that, so, okay. And you can add the salt and pepper here, just like that. So that's pretty much it for now. Next we'll add the onions, and then we'll mix the egg and the milk together, and then we'll add it to this, and you'll see the way we go about doing this. Okay, it's a little bit different. Even though it's an omelet, in Spain they do it a little bit different. So we're gonna try it that way. Okay, we'll come back once the potatoes are golden. All right. Okay, the potatoes have gotten nicely toasted, caramelized here. Flavor going on. You know, people confuse the tortilla of Spain with the tortilla of Mexico because, you know, here in America, most everybody thinks of a tortilla when we say tortilla that it's made of flour. Okay? Well, yeah, that's one kind of tortilla, but there's also a different kind of tortilla that's made in Spain that doesn't have any flour at all. It's just potatoes, onion, a little bit of garlic. Oh, I added a little bit of maybe like a clove of garlic into the mix here with the onions. And yeah, so that is a Spanish tortilla. You know, and you've got to use the best ingredients to get the flavor going on because, you know, it's minimal ingredients, salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic to make all the flavors come together and pop. So you need to use, you know, a good potato. These are red potatoes, and the reason why I use red is because they're a lot more creamier. They're not as grainy and sandy as the russet potatoes. And I like them better because they have a better taste in the mouth and it makes for a better tortilla. So there you have, the onions are gonna soften up a little bit in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so, just to get them soft. And then I've already cracked the eggs and put them in the bowl with a little bit of milk. And then you just beat them like this. It's like you're making an omelet, okay? But it's all in one. And you know, eggs are like a white canvas. You can paint, you can flavor them with pretty much almost anything. So they're really versatile things. So here, what we're going to do, I think the onions are just about softened right there. Yeah. Okay. Then you pour the eggs directly on the potatoes. And you kind of work the egg through the potato by doing something like this, okay? You kind of move it around, make sure the egg goes all the way through, you know, and the potatoes kind of like come up into the egg, and they're nice and nested in there, nice and moist. So when you bite into the tortilla, you bite into not just egg or onion or potato. You want to get a mixture of all the ingredients. You want to get the symphony going in your mouth, in other words, okay? So that's it, okay? That's the first part. And what you see happening here is that the bottom part of the omelet is cooking. So whenever we come back, we're going to do something different here. We're going to flip it over in the pan, okay? And there's a certain technique that you use. And when the bottom of the egg gets cooked, then we'll flip it over and cook the other side. And you kind of check it, okay? You don't want the onion to burn on the back. Oh yeah, it's nice and golden. So it's ready to be flipped over. And this sometimes takes a little bit of practice. When I first learned how to do this, I made a couple of messes because all the guts of the omelet came out of it. So I'm going to flip it over in the sink in case this happens. But I'm hoping it won't. But if it does, you'll get the idea. So you flip it over like this. And then you put it back in the pan and back on the oven, or back on the stove, on the burner. How about that? See that? Got the little designs of the potato and the onion. Looks like a little flower there. So that's how that goes. And you know, it's pretty easy. I mean, it looks pretty intimidating because you don't want to burn yourself with the hot oil and the egg and whatever. But I mean, if you do it slow, it's pretty simple, and it comes out actually really nice. And the flavor is really good too. And you can also eat this, like, you can eat it warm. You could also put it in the fridge and eat it cold. In Spain, they cut it into wedges, and I like to eat it with ratatouille, which is a vegetable medley. We'll probably be making that next week. And so you could probably refer back to different recipes that we filmed, and you can see how we combine the different foods, and you can do it like that. So this is pretty much it. It doesn't take very long to cook the rest of the way, because of course you've already had it cooking on the original side. And I think that's pretty much done. You know, you give it a few minutes to make sure the egg is cooked all the way through. And there it is. How about that? Okay, here is the finished thing, the tortilla. And it's pretty simple to make, it really is. And this is still kind of hot, and that's good. Now I'll try a little bit of it. Okay. You have the egg that's been a little bit toasted. Then you have the potato, which gives it like a really earthy taste to it. A little bit of garlic, the salt and the pepper, and the onion. It's pretty good. Food like this makes you want to eat slow.